Hi, my name is Amaya Gillespie. I'm 19 years old. I'm from Cork, in Ireland, obviously. Well, I was part of Activate Youth Theatre for 7 years. I joined when I was about 11 or 12 and then left last year when I was 18. So definitely miss it. It was such a big part of my life for so long. I definitely have loads of highlights from working with Graffiti and Activate. I think I loved doing all the plays that we did. We used to do a play almost every year. I think we did one, almost every year. And I always thought it was so exciting to be a part of a play, and see it go from the pages of a script all the way to on the stage. I also loved all the workshops that we were a part of. We did loads of projects. We did the AB project. I think I just loved how fun it was. It was kind of like a way to escape, which was kind of fun, and very relaxing. And everyone there was lovely, the people we worked with and all the youth theatre members. So I guess lockdown impacted everyone's life. It was quite a change from what we were used to. It was very strange to be stuck inside the house. And I guess in creativity wise, it was kind of, there was a positive influence and then it was a bit negative. I started drawing a lot more and doing things I like reading a bit more, watching all the movies that I wanted to watch, but at the same time it kind of didn't allow me to meet up with people. What I found really difficult was not being able to bounce ideas off people. It's nice to see someone that was outside of the house. I guess because of lockdown I wasn't really able to do anything that involved the theatre until the Cocooned project came along, so that was kind of disappointing. But when the project came along, then it was a nice kind of distraction from the fact that we weren't allowed to leave the house. There is a nest of baby crows in the roof next to ours. I never noticed it before, but Dad said it's been there for years. I watched the mum and dad crow coming and going with food for a good hour the other day. So I suppose the idea of Cocooned came from the amazing talented writer Jody O'Neill, who wrote all the episodes. She was in contact with Niall Cleary, who was the director, and he contacted me to say that there was a project that he thought I would be a good person to be involved with it, and I really liked it. I guess the idea came from the fact that the theatre, it was kind of a bit up in the air about what was going to happen. We didn't know when everything would be going back to normal, so we thought, everyone was thinking that the theatre and showing the arts would have to evolve and change to an online platform. So the fact that I think Cocooned came from following the story of someone who was in that situation and whose life has been completely changed in one way or another. So yeah, the idea came from the fact that we couldn't leave our houses, I guess. Maybe if he realised we wouldn't be coming back, he might have been a bit more sound about it. "3 minutes is the amount of time it took for the novelty to wear off when Keith came home because Trinity Halls was closing." Actually, maybe 3 minutes is a bit generous there, especially considering the big fake Dublin 4 accent he arrived home with. Dickhead. It was really, really exciting, I think, to work on Cocooned because one, the writing was incredible and the directing was no, I'm kidding. The writing and directing was amazing. You know, I was working with two very talented people, and I was following the story of someone who, you know, a character who could be seen in the real world. It was a character that kind of stemmed from the situation that we were in, so it was nice to play with that, you know, the fact that I could relate a lot to being stuck inside and having your whole life flipped upside down, so that was quite interesting, and it was kind of fun to play around with how it was filmed, because I wasn't really used to doing anything that was recorded before. So it was interesting to do it without a live audience. I think that was one of the most interesting parts. And there were a few challenges. I think mainly it was one, coming to, you know, kind of wrapping my head around how to film myself, and then also not being recorded in front of an audience, because that's what I'm used to. You know, I was very used to the theatre beforehand and doing stuff live, so it was quite a change when it was just up to me and just me alone in my room recording, and that was a bit strange and a bit different. Yeah, I guess what was also quite challenging was the fact that you know, we had to do everything over Zoom. So we'd get the script, I'd look over it, and then we'd arrange a Zoom meeting. It was myself, Jody and Niall on the Zoom meeting, and we would just go through the script and, you know, work on it a bit and see where was the best place to put the phone, where was the best place to film myself, and then work from there. And then after that meeting ended, it was like I was left by myself. So it was quite strange not to be constantly getting and giving or bouncing ideas off each other, or not receiving, you know, feedback about what I just did. So that was kind of took a bit of getting used to. I guess after lockdown it would be interesting to go in the direction of filming, you know. I think it was quite a new idea for me anyway. I never really thought that I would be filming myself, you know, and it was quite challenging, but it was actually quite fun. So I guess I'm not really looking to do anything in particular in the future, but you know, I love random projects just coming, you know. It's really fun to just see a work of art progress from the script to the stage or the camera in this point, especially in Cocooned. What inspires me at the moment is seeing people still creating, even though, you know, there are lots of restrictions. I guess it's quite fascinating to see that people's passions haven't died just because they can't leave their house, you know, just because they can't meet up in person. People are still passionate and trying to continue working and doing the things that they love, you know. Whether that's all across the arts, you know, theatre and music and everything, you know. People aren't willing to stop just because the world kind of has, you know. One of the first things I'm going to do after lockdown is completely gone is go to see a play, because I feel like I haven't seen a play in ages and I love going to see live theatre. I think it's an amazing experience, so I'd love to be able to do that. I think that's one of the main things that I'm looking forward to. Yeah, I think that's it. Yeah, thank you.